5. Hey, when I tell you, let me just take a drink. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, I really hope you subscribe, join the family. Welcome to the official Fave Gang. But for all my returning subscribers, you guys were having me like from here to Komcake, ne? And I was gonna do all the videos that you guys asked for. I was gonna do the TV recap part 2 of This Body Works For Me, and then I was gonna do the Nathan story time. But because I have a movie night kind of planned and I have a guest coming over, I can only film one story. Well, one story. Oh, God. Okay guys, in my defense, my sister made me drink Talisker and I'm starting to really enjoy whiskey on the rocks. But obviously for the story time, I've got, you know, the cognac, the Henny, the Hornessy. Oh my God, good luck to my guest. Anyway, I'm gonna tell this quick short story time, and the reason why I'm telling the story time is because I have been vindicated. I've been vindicated, you guys. And yes, my eyes look smaller because I don't have eyelashes, but that's not the point. The point is I've been vindicated. And what better way than to tell the vindication of Naledi M than through a story time, okay? People are gonna hate hanging out with me. I'm starting to feel like people already don't want me in these spaces. I feel like people are already gonna be like, why in story time? This one required me to tell a story time. Without rambling too much, and my guest is on his way, let me tell the story. Alright, so I need to start at the beginning, okay? Because the story is only gonna make sense now. I found out a couple of days ago that something that was done to me on social media, and judging by the title, you can already see that I wouldn't say I experienced bullying, but I experienced a lot of shade and it was unwarranted, right? And the saddest part about this is that I actually liked the person in question, but then obviously I stopped liking her. We don't fucks with each other. Like, we see each other in public, let's not greet each other, okay? Anyway, so this is where the story started, right? So there is this lady, and for story's sake, I'm gonna name her Vinolia. Let me call her Vinolia, right? There's this lady whose name is Vinolia, but the story more so has to do with Vinolia's husband. Yo, guys, keep us away from your husbands. I beg deep down from the bottom of my spirit, keep us away from your husbands, because I swear to God, you guys are just going around fighting anybody. And I know this because Drake made me fight everybody in Johannesburg, okay? I was ready to rock, right? So there's this lady, her name is Vinolia, and how I knew Vinolia is that I actually initially met her husband. I had never actually met her. I met her by the time this whole situation had played out, but I didn't actually like physically meet her. I just saw her and she saw me. But I knew Vinolia's husband, and I knew Vinolia's husband. I met Vinolia's husband, and I met Vinolia's husband through a couple of friends, and I kind of sort of knew these friends through Drake. So Vinolia's husband is the guy I met first, and for story's sake, we'll call him Vinolia's husband. So one day, I went out with a few of my friends, a few of my very good friends. I've mentioned them before on the story time. We went out to this particular eating place, and then when we were there, I saw this guy, and for story's sake, I'm gonna call him the Connect. Yeah, the Connect, because he really was the Connect. My friend, so I'm gonna call her my friend. So my friend and Connect knew each other and like were kind of vibing, but I don't really think it was that, or whatever the case may be. I don't even actually think they were vibing. So what happened was, my friend Connect called my friend and said, hey, let's hang out. And it seems like Connect was with Vinolia's husband on that day, but it wasn't just him and Vinolia's husband, but I think they are the two main characters that matter for now. So my friend calls me, she picks up the phone, she's like, hey dude, let's go hang out, let's go have lunch, whatever. And I'm like, nah, I'm down, let's go. And then as soon as we get to this eating place, my friend sees Connect, and I don't think that her and Connect had said, hey, let's link up, but I think they were talking, and it just so happened that we were in one place at one time. So we get to this one place, man, you know, it's vibes, whatever, the food is great, whatever. And then I know Connect through Drake, right? You need to understand, I know Connect through Drake because Connect is friends with Drake, but Connect and I obviously know each other because I was friends with Connect's wife. So it was one of those things where just because we broke up, it doesn't mean that our friendship is over, whatever the case may be. I'm not friends with him, but I can hang out with him, you know? So that day, my friend and I were going out for lunch, and then we bumped into Connect and Vinolia's husband. And then when we bumped into Vinolia's husband, it wasn't just them at the beginning. It was them at the beginning, but then there were a couple of other people that came in later, and they only matter later in the story. So fine, I meet Vinolia's husband, whatever, everybody has a good time, it's nice, nobody's on anybody's case, nobody's on anybody's anything, but there are certain elements of the story I'm leaving out because, you know, I ain't no snake rat, I ain't no snitch bitch, I ain't no snitch, okay? What I see and what is done behind my closed doors stays behind my closed doors, okay? I ain't no snake rat, I ain't no snitch bitch. Fine. So that night, we start at the restaurant. Everybody decides, you know, the crowd starts getting full. So what happens is my friend and I eat, and then everybody's like, no guys, let's all link up, you know, whatever the case may be. I meet him, whatever, we all meet each other. And vibes are vibing. Like nobody's trying to gun for anybody. You know what I mean? Well, at least not in me or my friend's case. The night becomes a night. It becomes one of those unplanned nights where more friends come and we invite more friends and everybody just ends up rocking. Sharp. How night, the guys, and it was so nice. I think, you know, unplanned nights are always the best ones. And also, you know, when you're in a space of people that you know and people that aren't trying to hit on you, that makes it even better. Right? That night ends. So now I know throughout the night, because now I didn't know that this guy is married. Because I know Connect, and I know Connect has a long-term girlfriend who is technically the wife, basically. So technically in my eyes, Connect is married, right? Then you can see people are partnering up, and then I think there was a him, I'm like, man, but this is Vinolia's husband. I'm like, who's Vinolia's husband? What's going on? Fine. Now, turns out, once it comes to light who Vinolia's husband is, but I only find out like a few days later. And I find out because but like it has nothing to do with me or my friend, but that becomes like a little conversation between the girls, and then lo and behold, I find out that I already follow Vinolia's husband's wife. So Vinolia, I follow Vinolia on Instagram, because I had already thought she was a cutie, you know, like we all have mutual friends. Sningling, I saw someone tagging her, whatever the case may be, this, that, and the third. So I followed her because now, if you check on my socials, I'm not one of those influencers that follow like 70 people, 100 people. I follow 2,000 people. Like I genuinely, if I like your content or I want to know who you are, I'll follow you. But then I saw her on one of my other mutuals' Instagram. So I had followed her way before, right? But now, because I'm not picking up, or this, it's Vinolia's husband. I guess it's a connection because she was not someone who frequently popped up on my Instagram. So I just followed that day, and I think she was a private account. So I don't even remember at which point she accepted my stuff, but she probably did. But you know, I haven't made the connection. So now, the girls are talking, the whales are passing information. My friend is not telling me what she's hearing from the other whales. No man, this is Vinolia's husband. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. It ain't no thing, it was nothing new to me. Okay, sharp, cool. Now that's how I found out that Vinolia's husband is Vinolia's husband. Fast forward to where I get falsely accused. That's why I hate eating popcorn, because I'm gonna keep doing this. Time to switch snacks. Salami sticks. So fast forward to the day where shit starts hitting the fan, right? Now I know Vinolia's husband, I know Connect, I know everybody. Now Connect and Vinolia's husband were like bosom buddies. They would go out together all the time. They're both very moneyed niggas, whatever, always, you know, rocking in their lane, whatever the case may be. Now, at this point, I ain't saying too much. And the reason why I'm not gonna say too much is because we know his husband's a nice dude. Like, there's really no beef, he's a nice guy. Shame, hey? And to be embroiled in some bullshit like this was so uncalled for, but okay. Then comes the day where we go to this huge grief spot, right? Where I also happen to work at some point, right? You guys are getting the hang of which grief spot I'm talking about. That day, I am invited there as an influencer. So like, basically, I'm talking to one of the gents like, nah, come through, it's a big night, it's big vibes. They just like, nah, snap here and there, these are the vibes, da 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 da. I'm like, I bet, coming through, it's a big night. And you know, at this particular Sunday spot / Monday spot, when it's a big night, they have big artists. So everybody from Johannesburg will be there on a Sunday or a Monday, depending on what the lineup is. And that day, it was packed to the brim, dude. Like, it was packed to the brim. Even my table, it was just a mess. Okay, fine. Then I invite one of my other friends. So for story's sake, I'm gonna call this friend influencer because she is an influencer. I invite influencer and then I invite my other friend, and for story's sake, I'll call this one, let me call her Penny. I don't know why I just like the name Penny. So I invite influencer, I invite Penny. Now I initially invited influencer, it was gonna be the two of us, and then Penny was like, nah dude, I'm down to rock. I'm like, come through. We at this grief spot where I work. I wasn't working there at the time. I was still kind of like an influencer. They were kind of slowly like onboarding me and stuff, but it wasn't anything like too deep, right? It was still like, I was doing them a solid, and then they were just doing me a solid, whatever. They were like, okay, cool, do this. They weren't really paying me for it, but because I love the place so much, I was just going there for crew vibes. Fine. Hi man, I go there, I invite influencer, sharp, we get there, already there's a bit of a riff-raff kataful, and we end up having to like share because it's so packed. Now you know how it is, the couches are on the side, the tables are in the middle, the stage is over there. Cool, and then the back is over there towards the food. Sharp. Hi man. Now it gets packed because everyone is coming there on that specific night to see the specific artist. Now, while I'm there, obviously, get my rider, we good. They've onboarded me as an influencer. Get my rider. I'm waiting for my rider because it was packed. Then I see, not Connect. Connect wasn't there. I don't remember if I saw Connect that night. But then I see Vinolia's husband's other friends that we met on the night that I met him, and obviously was with him and Connect, right? I see his other friends, right? Okay, fine. See the other friends, I know, man. Everyone's still having a good time. We're all greeting each other. I'm like, hey, did you get home safe? You know, it's like, oh, hey, that night was messed up. But no, man, like everyone was just very chilled. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, today I'm working. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? So, Vinolia's husband's friend sees Penny. I know he's got his eyes on Penny, bro. Fine, whatever. You know how niggas are. Niggas be niggering all the time. And also, right next to Vinolia's husband and friend's table, there's another table of gents that I know. Like, that I know. And I know the other nigga that night was, he was crying over me. But then he was there with another hand, so I was already just irritated. You know what I'm saying? So it's fine. Then friend is like, so now we have an issue with the table. And our friend is trying to make a move on Penny. And he's like, nah, you know what, guys, I would be like, now their table was open. There were very few of them, it was open. And then after that, the table next door with the nigga that I had my eyes on, it was packed. And I couldn't look at me in the eyes. And I looked at him dead in the eyes like this. Okay, fine. The friend then says to Penny, nah, come sit, guys. Let's all be on. Now we had our own liquor. Now, understand, we had our own liquor. But you know what? As a woman, when the liquor presents itself, you are not turning down the liquor. I want sharp. Everything is great. Everybody's sitting in their own seats. Guys, like there's no riff-raff that night, you know, like everybody's just respecting everybody's space, dog, you know. Fine, that night happens, it ends. Everybody decides to go to an after party, and then me and my friends were like, nah, we out. Peace, deuces. I don't rock like that. And the only reason I didn't go to the after party was because I wasn't there. Like, I didn't know anybody, like, personally. Like, if Connect was there, I would have went to the Connect, you know? But I was just like, I don't really know these niggas that well, so I'm not gonna rock like that. Bear in mind that I've seen the husband multiple times after that night that I met him, but he was always with Connect. So I was just like, guys, we are not moving like that. And also, I don't like unnecessary pressure and unnecessary commentary on some bullshit. And you know, I was even very uneasy sitting at that table because for the fact that we had to move and sit with them, it was also because our table, our communication there, it was already pissing me off because they gave our table to somebody else. So now they were trying to squeeze us in with other people. I was already annoyed. I wanted to go home. You know, I was already trying to pull a little bit of Beyonce. I was like, no, guys, I'm leaving. If there's no table, I'm out. My friends are like, but we have to rock, you know? Fine. So now imagine that situation playing out until eventually I sit, I'm drinking, then the vibes start flowing. Fine. So now, throughout one of the nights, the next day, the next day, this is where things go wrong. And I had to explain it very, very, like I had to explain it so you understand. The next day, I get a text from a ghost account on Instagram. It's even worse now that I know the truth. The next day, I get a DM from a ghost account on Instagram. The ghost account on Instagram. So there was a post I made the night before, me and my friends, where Penny took the bottle from the friend and then gave it to influencer, and then I snapped influencer, right? Vibes, man. There was a point where I snapped the bottle. I snapped her holding it, right? So I get a DM from this random ghost account, and this ghost account goes, yeah, I guess you were having a good time drinking Vinolia's husband's alcohol. So now, it gets crazy out. So I read this message, and I'm like, wait, huh? Because when I look at all my snaps, I definitely posted our bottles as well. And then I posted influencer with that bottle because we were obviously full of shit, you know? Now I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on here? So I take the screenshots, I send it to Penny, I send it to influencer, and then I also send it to my friend, who was the girl I initially met them through. I send it to them, and I'm like, guys, what the hell's going on here? You know? And my friends are all on time, what the fuck is this? You know, like all my friends are like, ah. So everyone automatically knows it's the wife. Everyone automatically just, dude, it wasn't that hard to figure out. It wasn't rocket science for me to already know it was the wife. But then it was confirmed through this. Everyone's like, no, it's the wife. So initially I'm thinking, why would someone actually say that? Let's say hypothetically speaking was someone in the crowd. Why would someone in the crowd say that? Because I was nowhere near there. I was nowhere near there. When I actually now review my snaps and my stories and where I was throughout the course of the night, I was working. So I'm just like, There was a point where I was sitting, but it was rare, because y'all know how I operate in that establishment, organization. So I'm like, So I tell everyone, I'm like, Aibo, guys. And then Penny and influencer are like, yeah, no, it's definitely the wife. It's definitely the wife. But then I'm like, but if it would be the wife, ganjani. Then I tell my friend. And my friend is like, Aibo, what happened? So now I tell my friend the story. Then my friend is like, no, wait, let me go check. My friend goes to Vinolia's story. So now my friend goes to Vinolia's story. She's like, oh shit. I'm like, what? She's like, no, she's definitely subbing you. It's definitely her. I'm like, what's going on? Guys, what's going on here? Like, she sends me screenshots of the wife's Instagram stories. Vinolia. Going off, man. She's just subtweeting. She's just shading, man. Then I'm like, no, man, but I also follow her. Let me go check. I go check, no post-its. I'm like, okay, it's definitely her. It's Vinolia. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's Vinolia. Right? One of two situations. Either someone who is Vinolia's friend in the crowd just saw me sitting in the sec and then was like, yeah, hey, this is what's happening. An influencer was in your man's sec. Her name is Naledi, right? Or I don't know. Or it was just her, right? Fine. But there was never a point where I could have assumed it was her, because I was like, why would she automatically jump to conclusions like that? I mean, we follow each other. Why didn't she just approach me and ask me? Problem is now I do the woman to woman too much. So I'm obviously expecting someone to ask me so I can tell her, oh, no, mates, this is what's happened. Like, nah, no. Don't rock like that. Don't fuck like that. I don't move like that. Oh, that's just one side thing. She shades me. And I don't know if she shaded us or me, but she put it into a group statement. But something about it felt like a direct attack to me. And since she blocked me, I was like, okay, alright. So one of the things that I remember vividly that she was shading me about was that I can't basically afford to buy like high-end liquor at the club. Yo, I remember how stupid her posts were. Like, they were just very like, I was like, okay, this girl clearly doesn't know who I am. She doesn't know where I come from, because her posts were very, you don't know money. Like, you guys are gonna do anything for a bottle of champagne. Da 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 da. Girls are gonna do anything for a bottle of champagne. And for the first time in a really long time, my flex peaked. I was just like, who, me? Okay. I was like, I bet. I didn't say I bet though. I responded in a very, very clear message, but it was a very cryptic thing, because I don't like fighting on social media. Like, all of my subtweets have been very direct, and a lot of the time those who know I'm subtweeting them, they know. Alright, fine. She subtweets me, she shades me. Now my friend is sending me all the screenshots. She's like, yep, you in the dark box, baby. Now she's asking me what happened, because my friend wasn't there. And I'm like, dude, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then she's like, yeah, no, these guys are a bit shady, because, like, we're like, why would Vinolia's husband not confirm that, no, this is not what's going on, or whatever the case may be. So I obviously get pissed and I get irritated, because I'm just like, wait. This is the part where he tells Vinolia that there is absolutely nothing going on between me and the son, right? Wrong. No, I don't know. Maybe he did. Shame, poor thing. Hi, Bo, guys. Fine, she shades me. I throw a very subliminally clear message that maybe girls want your nigga for that, but out of all the things I could want from a nigga, money is the last thing. Ask about me. Ha! After that, she blocked me. I blocked her back. I was like, actually, fuck you, bitch, because you should have asked me. I would have told you the truth, and if it made you feel uncomfortable, bitch, I would have apologized just to comfort you, because I rock respectfully. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't move disrespectfully. I'm not a shady ass hun. I don't jump in territorial spaces where I have no business being. You understand what I'm saying? Fine. She blocks me, I block her back. I'm like, I fuck you back. Then I automatically shut off Vinolia's husband. Shut him off. Shut him all the way off. Guys, my wig is lifting. So right after that, I kind of ice out Vinolia's husband. Even when I see him with his mates, or I see him with Connect, I just greet and I pass. Like, and at some point he was like, dude, are we good? Because there was a point where shortly after that, like, setup, I asked him, I was like, what the fuck? What, like, what's happening? And he was like, no. I was like, dude, don't put me in some shady shit like this. Like, I don't fuck with this. And he was like, dude, hey, you know? But then I didn't even give him a chance to explain or say anything, you know? So I didn't speak to him for months. I think maybe, when did this happen? It happened sometime last year. So, and it happened sometime last year, mid of the year, because it was way before I got my job at that place. So I hadn't spoken to him in months, like maybe almost half of the year. Fine, because I was just like, I don't want to be involved in some messy shit like this. Like I there's a lot of things I value, but my integrity fucking comes first. Then Naledi gets vindicated. One day I go to the place of eating where I eat a food. I see Vinolia's husband. I see this other guy that I know, not through Vinolia's husband, I know through another guy. And they're all sitting, and then I see the other friend and stuff. So I see a group of them. And then they are sitting in a place where I'm gonna sit because I want to smoke happy. And as I'm sitting by myself, the friend's like, "Hi man, sit chat." And I'm like, "Hey, me, I don't want to sit next to that problematic chance, you know? Like, I don't want to be seen next to him. I don't want to be seen engaging with him. I actually just don't want to be fucking seen with this chance. Not after what he put me through." And now it's going on a year now that this thing has happened. He's like, "Naledi." I'm like, as a matter of fact, why didn't you tell Vinolia what happened? He's like, "Do you actually know how it happened?" Because I'm like, "No, dude, what the hell? You're putting me in a bad situation because now I'm going off, because now you know, because now I'm frustrated." And I'm just like, this is not how I want to move, and this is not how I want to be known. And he was like, "You know, let me tell you the truth. Vinolia saw a post from influencers' Instagram." I'm like, "Wait, what?" He's like, I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yep." So now I'm like, which post? Like, influencer wouldn't do something like that. Influencer wouldn't try and put you in a very uncomfortable situation, whatever the case may be. Like, it's an unspoken rule, dude. Like, you don't want to be snapping with people's husbands and things like that. Like, just respect their space, they respect your space. It was an open area for development there. People are there. Don't understand? It just so happens that place, some people can stand on top of the couch and some people can sit on the couch. So it was squozen, that's not even a word. Oh my god, squeezed? Squove? I don't know. But nobody was too close to anybody inappropriately. You understand? My friends with me, his friends with him. Haibo. So he's like, "No, it was a post on influencers thing." And I'm like, "No, show me, because I don't fucking believe any of this, you know?" He shows me. Now let me tell you what he shows me, because ain't no motherfucking way. He shows me a post of influencer taking a post of me, of her. So this would be her, this is me, and this is Penny. And then it just so happens that on the corner of this post, her husband pops up. No, not even his face, just like a material. And obviously, guys, when you know who your partner is, you know, dude. When you know how your partner left the house, you know. So she picked up on that. Ikari, the husband and the friend who was talking to Penny appeared. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Say that again?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "So why was I now accused of being with you?" He was like, I'm like, "Bitch, I need answers." He was like, "Dude, I am just as discombobulated as you are." I've never in my life felt so vindicated. God was like, God is an almighty Jesus Christ, you know? Because I was angry, then I understood, but then I was angry all over again, and then I was irritated, and then I was like, "This is so childish," and then I was like, "Mara," and then I was like, "Aibo." I was like, "Aibo." So this basically what Vinolia did was try to basically cyberbully me into believing that they were these images and these pictures of me and her husband, when in actual fact there was nothing. I think she was just obviously fishing. She was fishing to try to figure out what had happened, you know? She was fishing, and obviously to her dismay there was nothing. And I guess she had automatically assumed that, you know, which was obviously disappointing. But I guess as someone who's dated Drake, and I will say this, a serial cheater, I understood why she would act in the manner that she did. I totally and utterly understood. I was just like, you know what, I get that, because I've also lived life on the edge where I didn't trust anything that came out of his mouth, where anywhere and any time I needed to know who he was, where he was. And also, you can't trust women, dude. Once women start finding out that your man has money and stuff like that, women won't hesitate to screw you over for a dime, dog. Like, for a man, women don't give a fuck about the bro code. Like, men care about bro code. Men understand how far bro code can take you. Yes, some men are obviously snake rats, and some men are like, you know, but women don't actually value the bro code or the girl code as much as men do. So I guess I understood her frustration, but I found it hard to respect the manner in which it was done. But yeah, guys, the accused like Emna. And you know, this story happened last year, and I was never gonna tell it because till this day I was just like, first of all, I don't understand why that happened the way it did. But then after being vindicated, I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna tell the story because I'm innocent. I'm innocent, Your Honor. Like, I'm so innocent. But that's it, guys. That's the story. That's how I was vindicated. That's how I was vindicated. I think it's because he was also just feeling very uncomfortable that I would greet everyone and not greet him. And when he was like, I was like, I don't want to be seen. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say hi. I don't know how you're doing. Like, I met you once, twice, and then I got into some bullshit with you. Like, I don't rock like that. I didn't even know you that well to be involved in some bullshit where I would need to defend myself. Bullshit, bro. But anyway, that's the story. That's the story, Miss Scott. Now, I'm gonna go prep for my guest for our movie night. Guys, that is it. That is the end of the story. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I was a bit too hard on her? Do you think I should have been more understanding? Do you think I handled it correctly? Because I think I did, but sometimes I still feel like I want to understand where she came from. I want to understand that outburst. But a part of me feels like if you paint me out as a villain, then I don't owe you a right to paint you out as anything other than a villain either. Yes, guys, I'm tipsy. I had 2 glasses of Henny and I'm tipsy because I haven't been drinking in like over a week. So guys, that is the end of the video. I'm going to record more, but I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video.